City Council work session for June 8th, 2026. I will now call the meeting to order and ask Councilmember Tim Isaacs if he'll lead us in the invocation, please.
Pray with me, please. Dear Lord, we are thankful for this day and for the opportunity to serve. Lord, we ask you to be with the family of Dennis Parrott as we all mourn the loss of this husband, father, community leader, and your servant. Thank you for the impact he had on Hardin County and for the opportunity to know him and his family. Thank you, Lord, for another successful Crusade for Children drive. We are grateful for the positive impact the crusade has had on this community and on the children of the Commonwealth for decades. Thank you for the commitment of our firefighters to lead their way in this effort. Bless all our first responders as they go about taking care of our community, and lead us as a council as we strive to be faithful servants of this wonderful area. In your name we pray. Amen.
If you please join me in the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Our city clerk, Mrs. Graham, is absent today because of a death in the family, so I'm going to wear two hats and call roll. If everyone is ready, we'll start with Councilman Jones. Here. Tyler. Here. Bishop. Yo. Fulkerson. Here. Springsteen. Present. And Isaacs.
Present.
We have a quorum. And I would like to call Chief Mark Malone up and let him introduce a couple of promotions in his department.
Good afternoon. I'd like to introduce to you two new appointed officers. We had some retirements, so we had a testing process and had a list, and chosen are Lieutenant Stevie Beck, come on, and Captain Zeb Willoughby. And I told Zeb he needed to give about a 5-minute speech, so I will turn the floor over.
Well, if he's like his dad, he'll need, if he's like his dad, he'll need 10.
So congratulations to both. It's a competitive testing system. We've continued basically the civil service process, even though we're no longer a civil service department. We've still used that system of testing and interviews, and both public interviews and within the command staff. So these were the two chosen on this latest round. So congratulations to both of you.
Zeb, don't run off. If y'all don't care, come up here with Chief Malone and we'll all stand up behind you if we can get a picture. Corey Bond, you and Heather are next.
I believe she is very much ready. So I told her I would, two things. I would keep it short and sweet, and the next one will come in a minute. But this is Heather Clark. She is our sludge manager down at the plant. She has recently taken her test and has become a certified Class 2 operator on her path to a Class 4, which is the ultimate goal of all of our operators down there. But without further ado, I'd like to recognize our princess of the land of stench, Heather Clark.
That's fabulous. He thought on that one for a while.
Next level, there better be a tiara, Corey. Yeah. Right.
Michael Page is going to come up and give our engineering department update.
Hey, good afternoon. Good to see everyone. I got a lot of information to share with you all this afternoon. But briefly, I'd like to just give a description of what the engineering department main focuses are. Our main focus is the infrastructure related to sanitary sewer, fire protection, and street and sidewalks. So all the capital projects that we lead are related to those facets of infrastructure. All the developments that we review that type of infrastructure to ensure that is constructed and designed per our standards. And then we also inspect the construction of that infrastructure as well. I've got our team here this afternoon. They all fit in this row here. We have Ashley Cruz, who's our CMOM coordinator. That stands for Capacity Management, Operations, and Maintenance. It's mainly geared towards sanitary sewer and analyzing the data that we collect to keep our thumb on the capacity of our sewer collection system. But he also handles a lot of other facets of design and other projects that we're involved with as well. He's our most experienced tenured employee in our department and helps out a great deal. Isaac Myers, he's been here for a little over 5 years. He shows great initiative and responsibility and takes on more and more roles within the department. Lillian Thomas, she's our assistant engineer, forms positive relations with everybody she works with, very detail-oriented and organized, and helps out a great deal. And then we, last but not least, is Candace Dent. She's the first smiling face you see when you enter our department, and does a great job in organizing our department and keeps us on our toes and on time. And there's not much that she can't handle. And I'm also excited to announce that we are finally going to be able to fill an open position we've had for a while for an engineering tech, a bright, talented young man, just graduated with an engineering degree with a familiar name. His name is Benjamin Hobbs. So he's planning on starting next Monday for us. So we're glad and excited to have him to help us out with all that we do. We do have a lot on our plate. We're a small department, but the city is a great place to work for, and what makes it so great is the people that we get to work with. There's not a week that goes by that we don't work with other departments that help us and support. We deal with public works on the daily with sanitary sewer issues that come up, and they give a lot of input into our design and projects. The stormwater department is in the same office as us. Most of all of our projects are impacted by drainage and stormwater as well as theirs to sanitary sewer and streets. So we're glad to have them so close and near to us to help with our projects. Chief Thompson talked about last week about the shooting range, us helping them with designing that site for them. They help out a lot with traffic calming and enforcing the traffic control zones with our project. So we appreciate that. It helps out a lot. The gas department, Matthew Hobbs would say that we're their greatest locator because every project we generally hit a few unknown gas lines, but I think stormwater department might be a close second for that title. And of course, the planning department, every development that comes through, we're reviewing with them and assuring that every lot has the public improvements that we require, has the sanitary sewer available, sidewalk, street access, and also hydrants. So we deal with the fire department quite a bit as well, making sure that those hydrants have the fire flows that are necessary for them to efficiently do what they need to do. And also, we really enjoy working with all the projects that the Parks and Recs is involved with. There's so many improvements in Freeman Lake and American Legion Park. So it's really fun and purposeful for us to be involved with that as well. I'd like to get you all a virtual tour of all the projects that we've done. It's a really great time for me to give this presentation so I can discuss everything that we've completed, what's active going on right now. And then last week you all just approved the budget. So I can go into some other projects to look forward to in the next fiscal year. All right, so I'm starting with some completed projects. This is a street project where we improved Helm Street between South Mulberry and South Miles Street. Totally demoed the street there and re-implemented the curb and gutter system, added stormwater collection points within the system, also with Terry Court as well, where there was really none before. Now, the Henry Street Phase 1 project did add some drainage collection there. We kind of piggybacked on that, and so that was a good point to tie in our drainage system. And also Park Avenue is where we finished that sidewalk connection through that area as well. So as I proceed through these projects, the yellow boundary goes, it probably goes without saying, but that's the boundary of our projects and where we made those improvements. So I got some construction pictures. You can see where we've reconstructed the curb there. We've got those drainage collection points. Another thing we were trying to achieve with this project is narrowing the intersection as you approach South Mulberry and South Miles Street, prevent parking from getting too close to the intersection. Also slows down traffic as they approach the stop sign, and it gives the pedestrians a less of a distance to cross as well. Another large project we've completed last fiscal year is our South Ring Road Sanitary Sewer Extension project. It's a 24-inch water main that we installed about 6,000 feet. This really created more capacity for the industrial development and provided another avenue for the residential subdivision that's being constructed right now, the Ascend. It's a high density residential area that we need to free up some space on an existing line that was through there as well. So that was an important project. It had a lot of challenges. From the pictures you can see, it's very deep. That's a manhole there that's about 20 plus deep there. We had to cross Valley Creek with an inverted siphon, and the casing pipe you see on another picture is where we had to cross Litchfield Road and other roadways, so we didn't have to open cut. Another project is our French Street Sanitary Sewer Improvements Project. Lillian overseed and designed this project. The sanitary sewer was undersized. It was a clay line that needed to be upgraded. There was also two sewer mains along a portion of the corridor that we consolidated into one. So that's just less pipe that the Public Works Department has to maintain. And that was right in the middle of the intersection of 62 and French Street. So you can see all the lines coming in. So it was a very complicated project, and traffic control was a big part of that project as well. Project that's wrapping up right now is our Harvard Drive sanitary sewer upgrade. This is an area that we've found a lot of inflow and infiltration, and so upgrading that will prevent a lot of that extra flow from getting to the wastewater treatment plant. Also wanted to remind everyone, as part of this project, Yale Drive is closed as of today until June 26 for work on Yale, within Yale Drive. And then also the orange boundary that you see there is what we just budgeted for next year. There's a stretch of line that's basically a service line that's undersized and serving multiple lots that we just need to upgrade to a larger line and make it more accessible for our Public Works Department to access and maintain. The project to your left is our Pine Valley Drive water main extension project. This was important for us to do in order to increase the fire flows and pressures to allow for future development. The flows there just weren't met beforehand, so now that this is complete, we can have other residential developments nearby. And I did do inspection there just last Saturday when I hit my tee shot pretty far right there. And so it is complete. There is some restoration that needs to be done. Maybe we can take down a few trees there as well. Moving on to sidewalks, we filled in a pretty good gap in front of the Governor's Manor Shopping Center from Deeks Drive all the way to El Capoco restaurant there. So that was a successful project. Also, another area we've improved was South and North Maple Street, as well as Wilson Avenue. So you can see where we've added pedestrian crossings that are ADA compliant. A lot of the entrances we have to cross, we go ahead and put in a ADA compliant, 2% cross slope across those entrances. And also you can see when we run into even drainage infrastructure, we try to make improvements as well while we're there. Another sidewalk project that we're wrapping up right now is on Skyline Drive. It's a narrow street that has no sidewalks before we started. And labeled several churches along that corridor and playgrounds. It's really going to tie in and help folks be able to access safely. So now we're getting into an active project here. Just got started. Ashley Cruz helped out design this. A lot of the projects that we get started, we get input from the Public Works Department and their preventive maintenance program. This is an area that they had to access frequently to either unclog the main or fix individual locations within the main that's failed. So we are upgrading this line here, making it more accessible for them to get to and maintain as well. Yes.
Are y'all going to be closing that little section of Dogwood Drive for any time, or y'all just going to, or?
We've talked about
will
that
you need
in-house,
to?
and we believe we could keep that open. All right about that, Ashley? Should be able to keep one lane open. They'll have to flag.
Okay.
Now, if the contractor sees that they need to, it'd be safer and more efficient to close, we'll notify everyone and give a good detour route.
All right. That hill coming off of Pear Orchard gets a little dicey
That's true.
because you can't see who's coming at you. Okay, but thanks.
All right, so another project that's going on right now is the Commerce Drive extension. I got some nice aerial shots from Dirtworks Construction, who's managing the project. We're starting on the north end. As you can see, by Duff's there and some of the hotels, we've already started kind of widening the south side of the Commerce Drive. And I'm going to start progressing to the south here. All that pipe you see is staged to the left and lined up to the right there. That is a 16-inch water main that we partnered up with Hardin County Water District number 2. It was necessary to serve the outdoor music venue with water, but also provide those fire flows that are necessary. And things are starting to take shape out there, as you can see. We still have some subgrade repairs we need to do before we pave, and some utilities that we're relocating. Right now, we have a gas line that we're relocating, a good portion of it that working with the gas department on. That should go pretty swiftly for us. I know we're getting ready to have a update from Tim Mattingly with Conner Hacker. I don't want to steal too much of his thunder here, but he'll go more in detail with the site itself. But you can see how the roundabout there is pretty much constructed. It's just missing some asphalt, and we anticipate getting all the pavement done sometime in July. I think that's a reasonable schedule. And as you continue south, as we approach Springfield Road, off in the distance, you see some trees there. That's a project that we've budgeted for. the next fiscal year to start the design to continue Commerce Drive all the way to Dixie Avenue. Also with the outdoor music venue site, we talked about not only the road and the water utility, but this line here, this yellow line represents extending a sanitary sewer main as well to the site. And as you can see, there's a tributary line that juts off there to the east, and that's there to serve for the future development in that area as well. So once that's complete, we'll be set for that area. And there's just some pictures of the activity there. As you can see, there's a lot of rock. And you won't be getting any change orders for that rock. That was all incidental and involved within the project that was bid initially. So, all right, moving
Subtle,
on.
real subtle.
Moving on to another project we're excited about that it's going to get completed pretty swiftly. The completion date on this for the roundabout itself is August 1st. Right now, they've already constructed most of the curb and infrastructure on the west side of the roundabout. And they're planning on paving this week, but the rain got in the way, so that's not going to happen this week. But that's not going to stop them from being able to still stay on pace on switching the traffic control from where they are now. We got 2 lanes on the east side right now that traffic is using. So starting June 15th, they're going to be switching over to the other side to work. So it's a pretty easy switch there. I don't know if you can tell, one of the pictures to the left, probably can't, but there's some red and blue lights in the background. Police department's doing a great job being out there, and the contractors really appreciate that. They feel safe out there, and the police department's doing a great job enforcing the traffic control. Another aspect of this project is also a trail, a multi-use path that's tying in from the existing trail by Sam's Club property, and that's going to continue on to the roundabout and up to the Town Drive intersection where we can take off towards Town Drive, towards Dixie. And we're also going to extend sidewalk up to Signature Avenue too and make that connection to some existing walk with this project. We'll say we are going to be closing Veterans Way for 2 weeks. We're allowing that, a full closure. Don't have any date on that for you as of now, but when we do have that date, we'll get advance notice to the public on that. Like I said, this project should be complete by August 1st, so that's coming soon. Going into the next fiscal year, we've budgeted for other improvements along Town Drive, pretty much from the roundabout to Dixie. We're going to be looking at making improvements to access control and continuing that multi-use path and just making that more efficient for traffic. Also, an area that we want to look at closely is Crossings Way. The town mall is wanting to make a connection to Crossings Way, and we feel that's going to create some issues if we don't make improvements. It's already kind of difficult to make a left out of Home Depot on a Crossings Way, and we want to prevent too much stacking at the intersection. So don't have any conceptual design to share with you all on that today, but that is something we're going to be looking at this next fiscal year to improve and be ready to maybe in 27, 28 to start that project. Part of a federal grant, the Community Block Grant, we worked with Melissa Neppy on making improvements. This is the first phase of this area. Taylor, Cipher, and Williams came in here a few weeks ago to kind of explain the area that we're looking to improve as part of this grant. This is just the first phase. This is pretty much wrapping up pretty quickly here. And as you can see, we always like to, any yard restoration, we like to go ahead and put and sod down, get some instant gratification for, as the project comes to a close. And, even though it's raining this week, we try to find a way to look on the bright side. We got sod there, it's gonna need that water, so that's a benefit, to keep that grass green. So that's gonna be wrapping up very, very soon. I just got a few more entrances to construct and asphalt surface overlay, and that should complete that project. All right, moving on to another project, North Main Street, sidewalks Phase 3. Last Monday, you all approved the municipal order awarding Pace Contracting to complete this project for us. We've already had a pre-construction meeting last Friday on this project. Very optimistic about them and doing a great job. They not only do street landscaping projects, but they do wastewater treatment plants, bridges. In fact, they're the contractor that's overseeing the I-65 bridge replacement up in Louisville. So we feel like this is going to be a pretty swift project. I've always been said that this project limits are from William Street to Frank Street, but we are stopping short of William Street. We'd like to use the funds from the grant, the community block grant, to look at that intersection a little bit closer and see what type of traffic calming measures we want to take there. There is a lot of pedestrian traffic through there with kids being dropped off from school. There's community garden, United Way there, Danny's Tobacco Shop there. So there's a lot of pedestrian traffic there that we want to look at that a little bit closer and figure out a good design for it. So we're stopping short of it, but widening those sidewalks to 5 feet wide, reconstructing the curb and gutter there, and making improvements to Patterson Lane there to make that ADA crossing more compliant. Now, moving into some other projects to look forward to next fiscal year. Ashley Cruz is helping design these two projects, McCullum Avenue and Sunrise Lane, as an aged infrastructure that needs to be replaced. It's a clay line. It's getting a lot of infiltration and having problems servicing a lot of those lots. So that main is going to be replaced. Also, College Street. That's a portion of the sewer system that we found had some failures when Kentucky Transportation Cabinet was doing their improvements on 62. We had found that there were some failures in the line. Also, we looked at the line crossing the parking lot expansion for the police department. We thought that might be a line that we needed to also replace, but
Michael, would you blame that failure on College Street on the police department?
I think possibly could.
That's what I was thinking.
Yes, and they jinxed it on that. But I will say we did look at that line that crosses the parking lot there. They're expanding, and we can make improvements by just lining the manholes and the sewer main as well, without having to actually dig up the newly paved parking lot. So we dodged the bullet on that one. Another project that we've approved that we're going to get started on designing in is a short section of road here called Ruth Lane. This street was constructed when Ring Road was first constructed. Didn't have a whole lot of traffic on it, but then the Dollar General was developed a few years back. We also have the other commercial shopping center across the street where the Baskin Robbins is going. There is some interest from the Cornerstone Church that would like to be annexed there. So the road is narrow. It's starting to fail on us, potholing there. So we'd like to make some improvements there while we can before that opens up to all those developments there. And that's just across the street from the Kroger development. Another street improvement project is Pure Orchard Road, beginning from North Miles to Dogwood. Not really touching the street too much, besides wanting to put in some bicycle lanes. This street is plenty wide enough to implement 2 bicycle lanes on each side of the road. Also have have 5-foot sidewalks on each side of the road as well. And then we're going to be looking at hiring some consultant engineers to look at the Puritan Road as you progress northward. That's where the road kind of chokes down. You come to more of a ditch line street. So we're going to look at ways that can be improved. And we may end up having a better access of a multi-use path up to the trailhead of Freeman Lake as well. So we're going to get into that here soon. But we have not have a contract with any engineer yet to help us out with that. All right, and I saved this one for last. This is Puritan Road Northwest, Phase 1. This is my Goliath. There's a lot of steps to this process of getting this project started. The project is designed, the street and drainage is designed for the full corridor from Dixie to Beauty Hollow. This phase is going to go from Dixie to Lakewood Drive. We've done all the communications with the utility companies on where those utilities need to be relocated. We've already purchased a property at 111 Puritan Road Northwest and demoed that building there, working on purchasing and demoing a property at 415 Puritan Northwest. And we also have to be able to get started on something out there while at this time, there's a 24-inch water main that needs to be relocated. It's in conflict with this project. So in the next few weeks, we'll have that design completed and get that out to advertise and collect bids. The other things we're working on is getting those deeds prepared. We do have quite a bit of right-of-way we need to purchase. So that takes some time and communicating with all those residents out there. So we're hoping to get started on this project this fiscal year. That's all I've got for you. If you got any questions.
That's it. That's it.
That's it. That's all I got.
Y'all have any questions, comments? I do have some comments. I want to tell you all, and not just exclusively the engineering department, but also stormwater. Of course, Matthew's a mechanical engineer. Corey's a chemical engineer. And I know you all hear me say this all the time, but when we go to different conferences and we talk to different leadership across the state or the country for that matter, I always take great pride in the fact that when they're talking about capital projects or projects that they're doing, they're always hiring outside engineering firms for design or whatever it may be. And a lot of these projects that we do in-house, whether it be the design work or what have you, because we have so many capable engineers on staff. Like I said, we've got civil, mechanical, chemical, Jess is a structural engineer. Every kind that you can think of, we have just about to look at a project and decide whether it's too big a scope for us to do in-house or if it's something that we can handle in-house. So it's just really nice to have you guys. You all are very competent. You work together well. Our engineering techs are great. And Candace, who's probably the head of the snake and keeps all you all going in the right direction, does a fantastic job as well. She does so many things for us at City Hall, more than what she does just for your department. And it's appreciated, the talent and the ability for you all to work together with our other departments. And that's what we always hoped for when we started working together 8 years ago, Ed, and that's what we're seeing, and we're very proud of you all, and we appreciate what you do for the city and the scope of the projects that you do, because let's face it, a lot of what you guys do engineering-wise, nobody ever sees because it's underground, or they just don't consider it, but it really changes the landscape of our city, and I don't know what we would do without you, so we're very proud of you. You did a great job presenting, and we can't wait to see what you get accomplished this year.
Thank you all.
With that, Tim, since Michael pretty much gave your presentation, you can come up and follow it up. Tim Mattingly from Congleton Hacker, who is putting our outdoor concert venue together.
Thank you all for having me here, and appreciate you not stealing too much of my thunder here. So, just give you guys a quick update on progress for the outdoor music venue. Kind of, if you saw the picture in Michael Page's report there, it looks very similar to the one on the right. Showing kind of the picture on the left was the last time I was here about 5 months ago. And then the one on the right was just last week. So kind of see a lot of progress happening there with the buildings going on and the road going in and everything. Just kind of some general highlights. We've got the steel going in for the rigging structure and the main stage support buildings. Right now, that's probably about 75% complete. And that's really one of the most significant parts of the project. So getting that part done is going to be a huge milestone for us. We're also working on placing the retaining walls for the seating area. We're nearly complete with all of our block work for the outbuildings is what we've been calling them. That's kind of the admin and restroom building and then the concessions building. We've got all of our subgrade established, and right now we're working on the stone subgrade for the parking lots and storm and all those utilities and everything out there, which you'll see some pictures of here in just a minute. And we're also working on wrapping up our underground utilities. We've just got a little bit more water line to go in and then the gas line, and pretty much all of that will be done. So we'll jump into some pictures here. It's a little hard to see for the folks behind me, but on the photo on the left, you can see there's sort of there's two sides of the rigging structure. So they kind of went up with the right side and then they started going up with the left side, and just last week, they made the connection between the two. So they set their first bridge, is what we've called them. And that's the first of 3 of those. So that structure up there is really what, supports everything needed to put on the shows and carries all those large capacity, lights and everything. On the right-hand side of the stage, we've started setting our roof joists. So they're supposed to start decking here in the next week or so, and we're about 3 weeks out from starting exterior framing on that part of the building. Next slide here, you can see on the left photo some of that work going on with the retaining walls for the lower bowl, and in the right photo, it's kind of a ground level photo where you can see that bridge going in a lot better there. Photo on the left is the admin and restroom building. That's the furthest along outbuilding. We actually just started setting the roof steel for that today. So they've got about 2 or 3 weeks of steel to set, and then we'll get started putting the roof on for that building. The building on the right is the concessions building, which the block is now complete on it. Photo on the left here is the restroom building. Right now they're roughing in all the in-wall plumbing and everything so we can wrap up the interior CMU walls there. And the photo on the right is some of that subgrade for the parking lot going in. Just some general facts, I guess, about the project, because I like facts. Like I mentioned, the steel is a very significant part of the project. There's 350 tons of steel, and 300 of that alone is just for the rigging structure. So it's pretty significant, not something that very many people have seen or worked with before. There's over almost 5,000 cubic yards of concrete that's going to be required for the project. There's over 35 species of trees. I know that's been really important for the local community down here, and we'll be able to park about 1,700 cars on site once it's all complete as well. As far as just overall project, right now we're about 40% complete, 45% complete roughly, and everything's going pretty well. That's really all I had. Any questions?
We just want you to tell us everything's going perfect.
It's going as well as it can.
You didn't say perfect, though.
No sinkholes yet, or for a while.
We
So,
filled all the sinkholes in?
Yep, all sinkholes are gone and haven't had any new ones. So
No,
that's the best news.
and we appreciate the relationship. You all have done a great job. I think the line of communication's great. You are definitely a company that has a rich history and done a lot of good work, especially around here lately, because people may not know, but you all did the addition at the hospital, which is beautiful. And so we can't wait to see what this is going to look like. And not to put you on the spot, we're thinking into April, 1st of May of next year, somewhere in that timeline.
Yeah. Yeah, that should be final. Everything's complete. All of the FF&E is installed and everything. So,
That's if Michael can get his water line and all that in.
I think we've only got, what, 2 more months? Should be. Yeah. We met with them earlier today. So, yeah, no, everything's going well. We
Thank you,
appreciate
Tim.
that.
Appreciate you.
Yep.
I'm going to go out of order a little bit and I'm put Beth Piles on the spot. I want her to talk about the lawn party that's coming up Wednesday and the future ones in the summer, if she will.
A Wednesday night. I know that Saturdays and Sundays and Fridays are really, really busy. And so it's a great opportunity for folks to come out, enjoy beautiful Freeman Lake Park. We christened the bandstand, I think, with our first event. And so it is the second Wednesday of the month in the months of June, July, August, and September. We're kicking off, like Jeff said, on Wednesday with Lunar Beach House. So you can kind of think Jimmy Buffett, Beach Boys type music. Lots of fun. We'll have several food trucks out there, as well as some of our local breweries and our local winery will be out there. So folks can enjoy those food trucks. You're also welcome to bring your own picnic. You know, we have people that show up with pizza or Chick-fil-A or anything that they brought from their house. We just ask that you do not bring a cooler with alcohol. We'll have that there for you to purchase. Following in July, we'll have the Ultimate Show Band. They're a little bit of Earth, Wind, and Fire, Commodores. There'll be a lot of fun, a lot of brass, lots of dancing will happen. And then on August 12th, we'll have Last Call. They're a local group, and I think a lot of people will know some of their members. A lot of good hits from the 70s, 80s, and 90s that we'll all enjoy. And then to wrap it up on September 9th, we'll have Bourbon Revival, and they've become one of our favorite bands. I think they have something for everybody to enjoy. So those events are free. Again, it's the second Wednesday of the month out at the bandstand. We start parking at 5:30 and encourage you to bring your lawn chair. It is festival style seating. We do have picnic tables, but those are taken pretty fast. So 5:30, the bands will take the stage at 6:30. And again, it is free and open to everyone to come enjoy.
Thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome.
With that, I'll open it up to public comments. Seeing none, city council information items. The next city council meeting will be June 15th, 2026. And I appreciate Councilman Isaacs touching on the passing of Senator Dennis Parrott. Many of you knew Dennis well, I'm sure. He's been around here all of his life, been involved in the ag community, and he was a staunch veteran supporter, just a fine guy, 3-term state senator that represented Hardin County well. He's got a beautiful family, tremendous set of in-laws, and I know that they all miss him and will continue to miss him just like the rest of us will. So I would ask that you continue to keep them in your thoughts and prayers as they go through this difficult time. He was a good man. We will not go closed meeting tonight, so I will take a motion in a second to adjourn.
Motion.
Motion in a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Seeing none, we are adjourned.